Nigerians are taking to the streets to protest police brutality in their country. For over a week, demonstrators have called on the government to implement major policing reforms. The protests were triggered by a police unit known as the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, otherwise known as SARS. Demonstrators say the SARS team has been responsible for beatings and even deaths against innocent people. At least 10 people have been killed in the protests at the hands of the police. Solidarity marches have been held in places all over the world, including in Toronto. Freelance reporter Phil Ihaza has the latest from Abuja.
It all began after the country, Nigeria, celebrated its 60th independence. That's 60 years of independence on October 1st. A few days after, specifically on the 3rd of October, a tweet was shared by a Twitter user saying or reporting an incident in Delta State, that's in the southern part of the country, how that some police officials from the unit, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, shot and left a young person, a young man, dead, on the streets of Delta. And although it took a few days and the police debunked that rumor, saying that the young man wasn't shot, he actually fell off the van and he wasn't dead. But before that response came, thousands of people had retweeted the message. It looked like people were already angry at years of assaults by the same unit and other units of the police force, and it became it became rampant. Everyone in the country and outside the country had mobilized support or solidarity march. They were already on the streets calling for an end to this particular unit, and of course for members of the unit to be prosecuted. It actually sounded like the country had woken up, several thousands and at this point millions of youths, not just in the country but outside the country, calling for the end of that unit and of course the end of police brutality. We've seen people sleeping at government headquarters, on the roads, at airports, causing severe gridlock and pain to other commuters. They are saying that they're demanding that this time there has to be an end to police brutality, because the government has come out 4 times before now in the past, from 2016 to up until now, to ban this same unit. But we've seen the same incidents occur severally, and that's how this whole thing happened, and it's still on at the moment.
And what sort of response are you seeing from the government?
Well, so far the government has responded. The presidency himself has also instructed, as well as the Inspector General of Police, a dissolution of that unit. They've also set up a new unit called SWAT, the Special Weapons and Tactical Unit. But the youths are saying, and thousands of protesters are saying, that that's a theoretical response. They need a more pragmatic response from the government, because this is not the first time, like I said earlier, that the government has come out to put an end to that unit. And they're saying, do not just make the statement, ensure that people are brought to book, the officers disbanded, arrested and prosecuted by law. But the government has also recently set up a justice panel in the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. They're saying that it will take time to meet all these demands, but the protesters are saying, you can actually do this, and until it is done, they will not leave the streets. They will not stop protesting and demanding for these things to be put in place, including compensating the victims of these heinous attacks. People have already posted quite a number of incidences, their own stories, not just in Nigeria but outside the country, with regards years of police brutality.